Why is the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, making terrifying sounds at night? The magnificent and awe-inspiring Mount Everest has always fascinated scientists, climbers, and adventurers. However, one of its most enigmatic and disturbing aspects has remained relatively unexplored. After the sun sets, eerie sounds emanate from the glaciers at high altitudes surrounding the peak of the mountain. In 2018, a team of international researchers, led by glaciologist Evgeny Podolsky from the Arctic Research Center at Hokkaido University, embarked on an expedition to the Nepalese Himalayas to investigate the cause of these unsettling nocturnal noises. Their groundbreaking research has uncovered that the abrupt temperature drops that occur after dark are responsible for the cacophony of crashing and splintering sounds within the glaciers near Mount Everest. To unravel this mystery, Dr. Podolsky and his team spent over a week trekking through the Himalayas until they reached the Trakading Trambau glacier system. When they established their camp and commenced their investigations, enduring the bone-chilling cold of the glacier, situated 3 miles above sea level and with a clear view of the towering 29,000-foot-tall Mount Everest, the scientists spent 3 weeks conducting their research. During their time on the glacier, Dr. Podolsky and his team had the opportunity to personally witness the eerie sounds. Dave Hahn, an experienced expedition leader with 15 successful Everest summits, described the unsettling experience of hearing strange noises at night, including the sound of ice and rocks crashing down in different parts of the valley. Hahn added that it was challenging to get a good night's sleep due to the unsettling nature of the sounds. The scientists deployed sensors on the glacier to measure deep vibrations within the ice, using the same technology employed for earthquake magnitude assessment. After analyzing the seismographic data, Dr. Podolsky and his team finally confirmed that the booming sounds heard at night were indeed connected to the extreme cold. During the daytime, the researchers could comfortably work in t-shirts as the temperatures were relatively mild. However, when night fell, the temperature could drop drastically to as low as 5 degrees Fahrenheit. It was during these freezing nighttime hours that Dr. Podolsky and his colleagues heard a loud boom and observed cracks forming in the glacier as if it were bursting or exploding. In their study, published, the scientists highlighted the high sensitivity of the local ice to this rapid rate of change. Their findings provide some of the initial evidence of extensive seismic activity caused by thermal fracturing within the ice. The research not only enhanced our comprehension of glacier behavior but also contributed to expanding knowledge about the impact of climate change on these crucial Earth systems. As the Earth continues to warm, studying and understanding glacier behavior in remote areas like the Himalayas, which harbor some of the largest ice reserves on the planet, becomes increasingly imperative. Dr. Podolsky and his team's work has provided a fresh perspective on the mysterious realm of high-altitude glaciers, presenting valuable insights that can aid glaciologists and climate experts in better grasping and addressing the challenges posed by our evolving environment. The Himalayan region, often known as the Third Pole due to its substantial freshwater reserves, is undergoing significant transformations caused by global warming. The glaciers in this area are essential water sources for millions of people, supplying major Asian rivers. However, these vital glaciers are at risk due to rising temperatures and shifting precipitation patterns. Studies indicate that the rate of glacial melting in the Himalayas has doubled since the beginning of the century, resulting in the loss of over a quarter of the ice in the past 4 decades. This accelerated melting is primarily attributed to human-induced climate change, particularly the increase in greenhouse gas emissions that drive global warming. The consequences of glacial melt are extensive and varied. In the short term, the increased meltwater can lead to the formation of glacial lakes, which pose a significant threat of destructive floods downstream, endangering lives and property. In the long run, the primary concern is the potential for water scarcity. The Himalayan glaciers serve as natural water reservoirs, releasing meltwater during the drier months when precipitation is scarce, ensuring a consistent water supply. As these glaciers shrink, this natural water storage diminishes, potentially resulting in water shortages during the dry season. This can have severe implications for agriculture, hydropower, and overall water security in the region. Additionally, glacial melt contributes to rising sea levels. Although the contribution of Himalayan glaciers to global sea level rise is smaller compared to polar ice melting, it still plays a role in this worldwide concern. Understanding the behavior and response of Himalayan glaciers to climate change is crucial for developing effective strategies to manage water resources and mitigate the risks of disasters. This necessitates comprehensive monitoring and research, similar to the work conducted by Dr. Evgeny Podolsky and his team. Efforts to mitigate global warming by reducing greenhouse gas emissions are essential for preserving these glaciers. The situation in the Himalayas emphasizes the urgent need for global climate action to safeguard the future of our planet.